Are you always reorganizing your cardstock? You know what? I think it's something that has to happen at least once a year. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my best tips and tricks on how to stay on top of your cardstock and the fact that this system has worked for an entire year. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie, and today I'm going to share with you my continuing effort to organize my cardstock. Now, Stampin' Up! Has come up with brand new two-tone cardstock, and I had to fold it into my current system. Now, it didn't take me as long as it did last year. This is like a year later if you want, but I wanted to show you that the system I created for myself last year is still working, which is a very good thing. Now, in back of me here, I have my sleeves, and what I'm doing now is I'm adding the two-tone cardstock to those sleeves and incorporating the new in colors. So let me show you how I'm getting this done, and I will link my last year's video just in case you want to know how this all started. Let's take a look at the brand new two-tone cardstock from Stampin' Up. You can find all of the colors on page 77 of the current catalog. I love that it's in rainbow order because that's the way I store my cardstock, and it makes it easier to kind of find the colors. So basically what I've done, and I'll show you my pile, I think I'm at Highland Heather, and I've taken them all out. I've taken the sleeves out, and I've added the cardstock in it. Now, no, I did not purchase every single color. I actually teamed up with some of my team members, and we did a cardstock swap. So that's a really good idea if you have team members on your team, or if you have a couple of crafty friends. You want to get your hands on all of the colors, but you just don't want to break the bank. It's a really good way to incorporate all of the colors in your existing stash. You can see here that I have a running tally because I'm going to have to make new labels, and we'll get to that in a second. But it all started with Strawberry Slush because for me, that's a brand new color. So I'm going to need a new label and a new sleeve. And then we have Timid Tiger. This is a brand new in color. And when I was looking through my stash, I was able to marry it up with Sunset from Close to My Heart. And I went down the list. I hit Darling Duckling, and Darling Duckling is a kind of like a greeny yellow if you want. There is a definite green tone to it. And because Wild Wheat is going to fade away because that was an in color from 2 years ago, I believe, I'm going to put those in the same sleeve, and I'll show you that when they're all neatly put away. Cloud Cover is also a brand new color, and I really, really like it. And I was able to match it up with Mist. It's a little bit darker, but you know, in a pinch, it will work. Balmy Blue, my label just got munched up for whatever reason, so I'm going to print a new one of those. Secret Sea, absolutely my favorite color this year, and it plays really well with a very old Close to My Heart color, which is Outdoor Denim. Now, these are my labels, and these are probably not the right ones to show you, especially this one is so dark. Here I have an old label. This one here is Candy Apple. This is an old color from Close to My Heart. It was in the same sleeve as Poppy Parade, and I used it all up. So now Poppy Parade has its own sleeve, and that's what I was envisioning, that I was going to go through my older colors, and eventually I was going to have to replace them with new Stampin' Up! Color. And so far, it's working. So I'm pretty happy about that. So let me show you very quickly, and then I'll show you how I do these labels. This is a sleeve, and this is the type of sleeve that I've been using. Again, these are from Close to My Heart. They are very rigid, and I do like them quite a bit. I invested quite a bit in these, so I'm going to keep using them. Here in this sleeve, you have Highland Heather, and I was able to marry it up with Gypsy. Now, again, I was telling you that I did a card swap with my team members, and I have 4 brand new, let's take a look at this, brand new two-tones. So you actually get like double bang for your buck because you get 2 tones of the same color. Now, You will notice that there is a slight variation. The original cardstock from Stampin' Up was solid core. The new cardstock is definitely a thinner cardstock. It is not as heavy, and really that's what's needed when you are doing scrapbooking. So this cardstock, when you look at it, you will notice, and I have my remnants here at the back because for me, if I don't put my scrap pieces with my large pieces, I forget about them. So when they're all in one sleeve, it's a lot easier for me. So when you look at this, let me just pull the Highland Heather, you will see that there is a variation in color. And this one here, there's quite a variation in color. And the reason for that is this cardstock is sprayed on, like the color is actually sprayed on white cardstock. So that's how they can regulate the dark side and then the light side. Now this one here is actually quite different. I'm very surprised how different it is, but for the most part the other ones are pretty bang on. Let me show you another example because this one is truly different. All right, let's pull out Berry Burst, and you can see that Berry Burst, the color is pretty much the same. I'm not sure if they had issues with that purple. Here I have my Berry Burst and all of my remnants. That's the Berry Burst right here in its original form. So this is definitely a thicker cardstock and it goes throughout. And then this one here is painted on if you want. It's sprayed on. It's a dye that is sprayed on cardstock. You will notice that there is a little bit of a difference, right? But it is in the same family. And what I like about this one, again, in particular, take a look at the variation. You get a lot more color choices if you want with double-sided cardstock. And for me, that is definitely a plus. Let me get busy. I'll finish up my list. I have a few more to do. And then I'm going to jump back into Canva where I originally created my labels. I will print them out. I will attach them to the sleeve and we'll take a look at the finished results. I'm happy to report that that system really carried me through this whole year and I was able to use some of my older cardstock, and now I'm quite happy to walk into brand new cardstock that matches all of the color suites. Let me finish up my list and I'll show you how I do my labels. Let's take a look at where I'm at with this organization. You can see that I've gone ahead and I've printed all of my names, my new cardstock names, if you want, on cardstock. Now, the way that I do this, and I will link last year's video, I go into detail. I didn't think you wanted to see that again. I think you just want to see the progression from year to year. So I have an old circle die that has like this really cute stitching around it. I'm a sucker for a stitched border, I have to admit. If you're wanting to recreate something similar for your crafty space, this is how I keep all of my dies. They are in 6x8 sleeves and they're in a little binder. So this one here is one from Stampin' Up. This is Spotlight on Nature. And when I did this last year, I didn't have this set, so that's why I turned to this one. This one here's a little bit bigger, but the inside is what's important, not so much the outside. Now, it all depends how big you want to print your labels. You can see here that Strawberry Slush and Darling Duckling are really at the end of my circle. So if you want to keep something that is nice and big so you can see the title or the name of your cardstock from a bit of a distance, you might want to go to a bigger circle. Other than that, you could go to a smaller one. I'm just showing you options here that you could use if this is a system that you think you would like to adapt in your crafty space. Let me show you how easy it is to add these to my sleeve. So this one here is Cloud Cover. I did glue down my circle with just a low tack removable adhesive just so that I could peel them off. So I'm going to gently peel them off. So I need this one. And although Mist is definitely more blue, I still want to put it in there because sometimes in a pinch, that is just the color you need. Now you don't have to do this next step, but I highly recommend it if you want to keep everything nice and tidy. Let me just grab my scoreboard. I like to add a little score line in the center of my circle. That way I know that when I fold, it is nice and straight. So I'm just going to do a quick little score line, and that's all it needs really. So I'm going to do this for all of my new colors, and I'm going to add my new sleeves back into my storage spot. Good thing is I didn't outgrow my space, and if you're a crafter, you know how important that is. Let me show you very quickly how I adhere these down. So here is my sleeve. So when I adhere these down, tearaway tape works really well on these particular sleeve. There are different sleeves out there that are plastic. I like to adhere my labels with tearaway tape. I find that it's nice and strong, but if I want to change them out, and you can see that I did change them out this year, it's easy enough. It's an easy fix, and that's something that you need to be mindful of. When you have a scrapbooking room, it is going to change. You need to find a solution that fits your space, but also you can change it up. This is a year later. I'm still using the same system. I'm still in the same IKEA unit, which is a calyx unit. So here is my first color. I'm going to add it right here at the top. This is the new color of the year, and I know this is going to be a solution for the next 2 years because Stampin' Up! Keeps their new colors or their in colors for 2 years. I know that this cloud cover cardstock is going to be in this little sleeve for at least 2 years, and I'm going to swap out whatever I don't need later on. So let me just peel this one back, and we're going to add this one right at the bottom. I'm going to fold on my score line. Do you see how easy it is when you just fold on the score line? And then there you have it. I have a brand new sleeve with the new end color. I went into my stash. I picked something that was similar. You can tell here that this is definitely more green and this is definitely more blue. But again, in a pinch, this would work. Let's put those in my calyx unit and see how they all live together. All right, I've got all of my labels, and I thought, you know, this was the perfect time. It's really gloomy outside here. It's kind of raining, so why not take advantage of a rainy day and organize your cardstock? I really do feel that this is something you have to do at least once a year. If I look at my catalog and I look at the order, right now the next ones that are going in there are Basic Beige, Very Vanilla, Crumb Cake, Pecan Pie, and I did have a sleeve for Copper Clay. Now there's not a lot in here, so definitely this sleeve is going to be repurposed in a couple of years, but I'm going to keep it in its original sleeve. I didn't feel like changing it out. I'm going to put these back in their little cubby. That's where they live, in my scrapbooking room, and I haven't outgrown it, so that was really important to me. I'm actually using my stash, I'm using my cardstock, and I'm reintroducing new colors as I run out. Let's put these back in their designated area, and that's another very important thing. You should have a designated area for all of your supplies and group them together. Once a year, I go through my cardstock, I look at what I have, I take an inventory. If you want, I go through the current cardstock, whatever is retired, I move it out, because for me, it is important to stay current with the new colors and current products. So I actually take time to do this, and it really helps me throughout the year. Let me just place these back, and I will show you how they look when I'm all done. I just wanted to show you the progress that I'm making so far. This one here is Wild Wheat, and it's retiring this year. So Darling Duckling, let me just pop this on, and then I'll show you close up Do you see how those colors kind of go together? They have that hint of green. So that's why I'm going to put them both in this sleeve. And to be honest with you, I'm not a person that uses a lot of yellow or this color here. So the fact that they're together, you can tell that I don't have a whole bunch of it. I have them if I need them. That is a solution for you if you're going down the path of investing in some of these sleeves. These ones here in particular are not available, but you can find some on Amazon. And if you can't buy one for each of the colors right away, you can double up on some of your colors. And this was one of them. Well, they're all back in there. So I've added at least 5 or 6 additional sleeves in here. I added all of the in colors. I also added in my storage solution here, basic beige. I didn't have that last year because I didn't think I needed it. And then I used it, and of course I love it. I don't want to outgrow these 2 little cubes that I have in my calyx unit. So I'm trying to be very good and at least once a year go through my cardstock and stay on top of things. I hope this video was helpful for you. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for spending some of your creative time with me. Have yourself a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. If you want to see how this solution came together originally, I think you're going to like this video right here. See you there.